Good morning, Qigong. Morning. Morning, 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 morning. Good morning, Jules. Good morning, Ruby. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, IGTV. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we all are. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right. Here we all are. Please make sure you have a window open. I've just thought of something I need to write down. Hang on, guys. Do I have a pen? Yes, I do. So bear with me. I'm right here. Just bear with me. Right, I'm here, sorry. I had to just write something down. Right, welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. I am here. Right, let's just start with this lovely, lovely twist. Anybody that's new, we tend to do the same exercises each day, but there's new content, new information, new laughter, some new topic du jour. There's always something interesting to talk about. There we go. So that's what we're going to do today. This class, as all of you regulars know, this is about purge and nourish. This is about getting rid of things which don't serve you, clearing out the decks and filling it with all good stuff, getting yourself in order, okay? I've got a nice new picture to show you here, which is, this is my, see, Simon's been busy. So this is my messy cupboard analogy. This is what's going on in your body right now, okay? Right now, at this moment in time, this is what our bodies are feeling like. It's all a bit messy, okay? And then we're going to empty them out, get rid of all the stuff we don't want, and then we're going to fill it with nice organised things, so that everything feels like it's all in the right space. That is what we're going from that to this to this, okay? That's what we're doing. And we do it every day because the body works on a period of time, which is days, months, hours, oh my gosh, where's my head? Hours, days, months and years. They are the time frames that the body works. So when I do my chart reading, that's what we work to. We do space, which is the organs and the energy of the body, okay, that's space, into the body, which is time, which is hours, days, months and years, okay, and that's how we look at things when I do your charts, and that's how we can pinpoint what's going on with the body, okay? We can pinpoint it into an organ, but we can also pinpoint it into a time. And that takes me quite nicely onto the topic that I was talking to Jules about before we came in, which is I'm going to talk to you about the lungs, okay? Because we're going into autumn now. You can really feel the autumn in the air now. The leaves are coming down. It's getting a bit nippy now. You have to wear a little top in the morning when you go out. Can't go out like this now. You need a little layer. So that autumn season is definitely coming in. And the organ that is key to the time of autumn is the lungs, and the lungs is about letting go, okay? It's about letting go of things which don't serve us, okay, and breathing in the new and letting go of the old. And if we don't do that, if we don't look after our lungs in autumn, it's really important that we do, because of course in comes winter, and that of course is when we know we tend to catch colds and flus and, God forbid, coronavirus. So it's more than ever am I going to bang on about lung health this autumn. I did it all last autumn, right? Start shaking, guys. I went on and on about lung health last autumn. I did. But I'm going to go on about it way more. So ready for the wanging, because today is all about lung health. So Ruby has just started. She's my new assistant. Ruby, welcome. Welcome to the Qigong. She's going to be in charge of taking any pearls of wisdom to go up onto the story. So Ruby, today is all about autumn and lungs and letting go. And actually interesting, it's very pertinent to my life, because the reason why I'm stumbling over my words this morning is because I've had about 1 hour's sleep. I had my son absolutely beside himself last night because he's got to go back to school today and he doesn't want to go. And in fairness to them, they've had 6 months at home with everything. And I don't know if you guys, if anyone's got children at school right now, but my entire family have suffered going back to school. They're all in a bit of a tizzy about it because their routine has been completely upturned. And that sort of post-summer holiday blues has come back with a vengeance, right? Shake, shake, shake. Has come back with a vengeance because they've had so long at home and they've got all settled in. As my daughter said, I'm all settled in, Mummy. She said, Now, in fairness, once she got back into it, then she kind of was okay, but it's my son's turn today, so he was absolutely beside himself last night, spent half the night crying into me, which is fine, but it's because he's got to let go of the last 6 months and kind of embrace something new, and it inspires a bit of fear, because it's a bit of the fear of the unknown. Of course, the fear sits in the kidneys, so you can see how these emotions start to sort of wash their way around the body. So we're in the lung season right now, so the lungs are going to get involved. It's about letting go of patterns of behaviour and embracing a new pattern. That can be quite daunting, because you feel fearful about it, think, oh gosh, what's going to happen? And I applied the wisdom to both of my children, which was, you need to apply wisdom to the situation. If you're fearful of a situation because you've got to let go of something and embrace something new, wisdom comes in. Wisdom transcends the fear. It's really fascinating to watch this actually be applied in day-to-day life. The wisdom transcends it, because basically you can apply the fact that, as I said to my kids, you've been to this school before. You've been first day of term before. You've been first day of the new year before. So remember how you felt when you did it before. It's just like that. It's just longer. So we as adults go through the same thing. Often it's just more complicated. You know, let's say we've had our heart broken in a relationship, and then you meet somebody new, and then you're fearful of getting involved because you haven't quite let go of the trauma, of the pain from when you suffered the last time, and it's still in the body. Okay, all of those things that become life experiences, that's what they are. That's what this is. It builds up. It becomes this kind of cluttered shelf of emotional patterns. Okay, right, just breathe in. When you do that, really pull your shoulders back. You really get this bit in the back. Okay, breathe in. Okay, let's get tapping. So, interestingly watching it with the children, because of course they're little, and the biggest thing for my kids certainly was the first day back after 6 months. It's been probably the thing that's rocked them the most. Actually, even in lockdown, they were quite happy in lockdown actually, because luckily for us we live in the countryside, so it was a bit easier on the country folk, because you've got, you know, a bit more sort of space that you can go into. It's not quite so traumatic, so that it didn't hit them in the same way, but this has hit them. And the reason why I'm using this as an example is because our lives as adults, and the older we get, the more clutter we accumulate in our cupboards, okay? The more of these emotional patterns that we've held on to, and they're still sort of orbiting about. And that's what we're doing in this bit of the class. These are the barnacles, okay? These. Jules, I think Simon needs to do a ship with barnacles. Ruby, can you write down ship with barnacles, please? This is what we've got. We're all lugging it about. We don't need it, okay? We're going to create a nice empty space, because with an empty space we can fill it with all positive things. Okay, so right now, this is why I talk about getting the knowledge. This is why. So the 3 words for Katie Brindle, again Ruby, let's write this down. We did it yesterday but they didn't go up. So the 3 words are knowledge, intention, amplification. Okay, first of all you need to understand what is going on. Then, once you've got yourself clear, you need to set your intention, go, right, I'm going to get rid of this, and sorting it out. And then, with your focus right in, you amplify and you look like this, like the tiger, like this. Okay, in on what you're looking for. It's what you want, okay? It's the shift that you're looking your body to give you. This is what we're after. So, using my kids and my lack of sleep last night as our example of today. By the way, guys, at 1 minute to 8 this morning, I phoned Jules. I was going, oh, I'm so tired. I've got no words. I've got nothing to say. Fat chance, right? I'm back. I've got plenty to say. I'm all over it. Right. Use your hand. Use a loosely cupped fist if you need to. If you're not feeling great, go gently. It's okay. It just means your intention increases. The more gentle you go with the body, the more intent and the more you go with the breath, okay? Breath, the number 1 healing modality of the body, and very conveniently, what the lungs metabolize, of course, because we're all about the lung state. So this is what we're all about, okay? It's about looking at ourselves. What emotional patterns are we carrying around with us which simply don't serve us anymore? And the best possible time to let go of them is right now, in the autumn, the way that the trees let go of the leaves. Okay, we need to do the same. Actually, that's another nice one, Ruby. Can we have a tree letting go of leaves? That's a perfect analogy. Thank you, nature, because that's exactly what it is that we're looking to do. Get rid, that's what the tree does. It just drops off what it doesn't need so that the core stays solid. That's what we're looking to do as humans. If you do it every autumn, what you're going to do is strengthen up your lungs, okay, and get them optimised for winter. Because that's when the lungs get walloped, because the temperature goes down, we're outside, you get changes of temperature, you go into warm properties, then you go outside into freezing cold, you've got to look after your throat, wrap yourself up, wear a scarf, like my scarves are already out, they've just gone to the dry cleaners actually, so they'll be ready in about a week, because in about a week's time, you need to be having that scarf around your neck, you need to strengthen those lungs, you need to keep the neck and the throat warm, keep the lungs warm, let go of emotional patterns of behaviour that simply don't serve you anymore. And if you're keeping a journal, which I really urge you to do, today is the day, and let's have a Qigong journal, Ruby, sorry, for Ruby, she's just started like, Ruby, and Jules is like, haha, used to be me. So, we need a sort of like today's journal. What do we do today? Today, the good thing to write in your journal will be letting go. What are you going to let go of? What don't you need? If you're a tree, let go of your leaves. What doesn't serve you anymore? What would you like to get rid of? What's cluttering up your shelves that simply doesn't need to be there? Write it down. Because with that, you can set your intention. The knowledge I've just given you, the knowledge is autumn, you look after the lungs, is the time to let go of patterns of behaviour that don't serve you, just like a tree lets go of its leaves. That is what we need to be thinking about right now, today. So therefore, the next step is get your intention right. What do I want to let go of? What don't I need? Write it down. And whilst you're at it, what stays? What do I like? I like this pink top. This pink top is staying for a long time. All my other pink tops got ruined in the washing machine where I was staying in Ibiza. But this one's still here, so no, I'm joking. Wholesome, healthy patterns of behaviour. Healthy, wholesome relationships, they stay. And then when you're writing your diary, perhaps write down, just brainstorm it with yourself, write down everything, okay? And then perhaps get a coloured pen. And just put a little marker next to the ones that are achievable, colour straight away. The ones that will probably come if you can work at it a little bit with us and the Qigong each day, work those ones. And then there'll be some which, for whatever reason, aren't possible. You just simply can't do anything about them. And that's okay, because the Taoists would say that's called acceptance. There are some things that you simply can't change because it's just the circumstance that you're in at that time. And there is learning to be made from that, perhaps patience, which we all know is a virtue. So patience is a virtue, perhaps something you can't get rid of is teaching you that. But look at your list and realistically write things down and mark them up as things that you can definitely change. And if you then notice yourself reverting to a pattern of behaviour, that's where you can catch yourself out. And you can go, oh, I'm doing it again. There we go. Breathe in. And let go. Let it go with the breath. The breath, the exhale, will let it out. And then, of course, things like this, where you're tapping all over the channels of the body, this is shaking it up. Okay, this is getting rid. This is helping the body. Because these things, like this, they're there. They're in your body. They're stuck there. Okay? And when we get rid of them, we get rid of them with the mind, with the breath, but also you've got to physically get shot out of the physical body. Okay, they're stuck in the channels, they're stuck in cells, in fat cells, in hip joints, in articulations, in nooks and crannies of the intestine. The body just puts it wherever it possibly can, like kind of overwhelming post. You know, in the old days when you used to come back from holiday and you used to get all that kind of junk mail in through the letterbox and it'd be piles of it and you think, oh, I can't cope with that, and you just leave it on the side of the kitchen table. My mother used to do that. She used to leave it there for about 2 weeks and finally she'd work through it. But that's what the body does, except it never gets to go through, it just leaves it and then it's stuck. So that's what we're doing in this purging part of the class, and never is there a time of the year to do it more than right now. Purge, 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 okay? Because it gets rid of those stuck patterns of behaviour and it works into the health of your lungs, keeping you good nick for the winter ahead, okay? Because that's what we need to be thinking about right now. It's like, we know COVID's not going, everyone's saying, oh, you know, it's going to come back in the winter. Yeah, but look after your lungs. The other thing I've been doing frantically, which is going to go up on some stories this week, is I've been picking all of the elderberry in our local area. Jules, you'll wonder why there's no elder left. I picked it all of the elderberry, making into linctors. It's really good fun. I did it with the kids. I'll put the pictures up. We had a really good time doing it. It's a really useful drink to have every day. You have a spoon of it in the winter time. It's very good. It's an antiviral, natural antiviral. Right, that's more than enough of the tapping. So, let's just go more into the stomp. Right, and then let's now, if you can drum, That's fine. If you want to just drum here, you don't have to drum the organ itself if you don't want to. If you're feeling you want to be more down in this energy, the dantian and the energetic center, that's fine. And if you're not feeling very well, you can hold, okay? You can tap with your fingertips, or you can just simply hold the organ or the lower abdomen, that's fine too. So if you're feeling a bit more dynamic and you want to do a bit of a stomp, at the moment I'm making long sounds, okay? Because we're very lungy at the moment, and you want that breath. The lungs and the diaphragm, okay? Massive relationship. So when you're making these sounds, don't just go, okay, there's no intention in that. Don't do that. Okay, Ruby, that's a good one. So we're not doing this. We're doing, okay, okay, really whoosh, out from here. So ready, and breathe in, and whoa, right, let's go. Let's get the purge again. Let's let go of anything we don't want, because we're going to make room for light and air and vibration and fresh chi, as Aaron called it last night, which is a great expression. Nice fresh chi, he said. Well, oh, that sounds nice. I want some of that. So we're going to have some right now. So breathe in. Put over your tummy. Breathe in. Tiger. There. Can you feel it? Really push it out of them, more than ever. No breath left in your body, literally like a balloon deflating. Nothing left. And then breathe in and tiger. Okay, so breathe in. I'm really going for it today because I want to really get that out of the body. Like, okay, I want to really sort of squeeze it out. Right, go to your spleen, which is on your left-hand side. Breathe in. I'm really exaggerating it today because I want, now we've explained it, we've done the knowledge, now it's about intention. My intention to get myself well is 100% focused, okay? I am all over it. Every organ that I'm doing, I'm like, right, come on, let's get rid of it. This is the time to do it. Shed those leaves, okay? Those autumn leaves, la 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 la. Right, so let's go to the liver on your right hand side. Let's get rid of the anger and the frustration. And when people piss you off and you get blocked and you haven't quite got where your soul wants to be, if you're feeling that or you've had that in your life, let go. Okay, we're going to let go because we can bring in a whole new world, okay? A whole new world. We're doing the Disney today. Right, come on. Kidneys, breathe in. We're getting rid of fear. Breathe in. Like my poor little kiddies, like, oh, right, we need space for the wisdom, so get rid of the fear. Breathe in. Pull in your diaphragm. Back to your heart. Breathe in. Breathe in. Okay. Now, we've created the Wire Buddha. Ruby, we need to get that Wire Buddha back up onto the story, please. It's up on the grid at the moment. It's a great visual for people to just see. That creates the space. Right, where's my space? Here we go. Here's the space. We've got space now. We are no longer cluttered up with old patterns of behaviour and harbouring anger and frustration and resentment and fear and worry. We got rid of all of that. Now, empty space. Right, this empty space now needs to be full of endorphins, okay, and laughter. Otherwise, what will happen is the body will just flop back into existing patterns of behaviour, because that's what it does, okay? This is where the intention comes in, okay? We cut. Okay, boom, we've done it. Okay, now, right, new pattern of behaviour, thank you very much, because the lung is about breathing out and breathing in. So every few seconds of your life, you're basically breathing in a whole new world, okay? whole new concept can come in. So you can do that every single breath. We've just let go, bring it in. Right, we're going to bring it in with the laughter. Right, Janet is, Kelly's there, sorry. So we're ready with the laughter. That's the first thing to do. Laughter is going to massively strengthen your cardiovascular systems, flood you with endorphins, and fill the space with the right vibe, okay? Which is like, actually, life's worth living, and actually, it's all okay. And it's going to be okay, because we're going to laugh. We're going to laugh in the face of adversity. We're going to laugh at our sorrows. We're just going to laugh at ourselves, because it's very self-effacing, and it's really good for you, because it floods the body with positive energy, and there's so much of it in your body by the time we finish laughing that there's no space to flop back into some non-beneficial pattern of behavior. Okay, with this, use this moment, use this autumn to let go on a major way. Okay, so let's go, Kelly, with the laughter. She made me laugh for 4 minutes yesterday, I think. Can we go to a minute, please? Ready? Laugh for the joy of life. Laugh, 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 okay? Jasmine's having a baby, yay! I mean, come on, that's the most joyful thing ever. We're having a baby in the Qigong, this is great. Laugh in the face of adversity. Laugh at the fact that the Dalai Lama says what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and we're all still here laughing. And of course, laughing every day like this in this ridiculous way makes funny things funny. I noticed that last night. I was watching, what was I watching? Oh, Modern Family with my kids. And I was laughing so much. And I don't normally laugh that much because I have to now laugh every day. That was really funny. And it's so good for you. We don't laugh enough. Oh, thanks, Kelly. She's killing me. Look, open your chest. Kill the clown. Get that chest open. Oh, I can't stop now. Oh, coughing and laughter is a very, very, very common thing. It's the body shifting. It's okay, go with it. People either can't laugh, which is really sad. That was me. I couldn't laugh. I was like, yeah, right. It's like, yeah, no, I don't think so. Anyway, I made myself do it. And then you couldn't stop me. And then often you cry or you cough because basically it's a purge. So the laughter is actually still a purge because you're bringing in the endorphins and the heartfelt kind of like love into the body. But you are also intensely breathing in and out. And it jiggles everything up. It's all moving in the body like this. Okay, and this is good. This is good. This is why I'm whacking my body with a tapper, because that's what we want. We want to just get that any last remaining bits. It's like using a spatula around the cake mix, isn't it? And it's basically not that I eat cake, obviously. Actually, I do. But basically, it's like getting that last bit of cake mix out, but you're doing it in a really positive way. Okay. So there we go. Now our empty wire Buddha frame is full of light and air. It's full of light particles. It's that chi is up here like this. Okay. It's this going on. Okay. It's up. Okay. It's up. It's not like this. Oh, as we get out of bed in the morning going, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I don't feel like this. Oh, I hate my life. I know I've had those feelings. I many, many days in my life I felt like that, but not anymore because I wake up and we do Qigong and it's so much fun. So now where are we? Right, let's go to our healing sounds. You can just hold the organ if you want to. If you're not feeling great, this is a really good exercise because when you're not feeling well and your body is really sensitive and all this leaping around is just a bit overwhelming, you think, I can't do that. That's okay. You lie in bed, you sit in your comfy chair, you just watch the craziness of what's going on with this feed, but go into the knowledge and the intention, okay, and then the amplification which comes through the breath and through the vibration, okay? And that's how we start. That's how you make good quality chi, okay? Fresh chi, as Aaron called it last night, which is honestly, Ruby, that one too, fresh chi. What a lovely way of explaining it. And he said, we've just made lovely fresh chi. And I sort of felt all gleaming inside. I went, oh, do you know what we just have? That felt so good. And it's all clean inside your body because you just gouged out a whole load of crud that you don't need. So hold your hands, breathe in. We're going for the really high Tinkerbell vibrations now, okay? This is Ling energy. This is the spirit, the soul, divine energy, the higher self. This is what's in temples and churches and synagogues and mosques all over the world. So breathe in. Breathe in. There we go. Now that has given us, as Aaron says, fresh chi, okay? And now the next part of the class is, of course, to move it around every single area of the body, okay? So let me just get another thing here. It's so important to basically get every vibration that you've just created now into every circuit of the body, and that's what these exercises do. So stand now with your feet shoulder width apart. If you need to sit at any time, that's absolutely fine. If you can't do these exercises, that's fine as well. Just use it to breathe in and breathe out, and keep tapping the body with your fingertips or lightly with the tapper. That will do it. My intention to get you well is so powerful that it's gonna sock it to you down your phone in anyway, okay? So just keep tapping, because the body knows that we've got it, okay? Bodies are amazing. They're designed to be well. That's the really good thing about bodies, is that they are absolutely designed to be well. And once you know how to tap into how they like to stay healthy, they respond straight away. It's like your garden, you know, if you start doing the right things to an overgrown garden or an exhausted vegetable patch, then you start putting the fertilizer in and you start treating it correctly and rewilding it and letting the animals come back, it restores itself. You know, we've rewilded a lot of our garden here. I've taken loads of videos over the weekend to show you. That's why we've got so much elder all of a sudden. We've got loads of it this year because we've let it grow through. We got rid of all the ridiculous trees the previous owners had, because they uprooted all the oak and all the lovely indigenous woods, and they just put these really cheap pines in because they just wanted to make money out of it, and they'd all just gone to rot. So we basically got rid of them and then just allowed it to rewild with the thicket and the thistles and the blackberries and the stinging nettles and then the hawthorns and the elders and then the oaks which come through. And now we brought our little pet piggies in. They've been chomping their way through all the roots for the last 2 years, and now suddenly this year, massive crop of elder, and just in the nick of time, because of course never before have we needed things like the elderberries and the hawthorns and the, what else have I got in there, sloes, rose hips, all of that growing naturally in the garden. because we just allowed it to do its thing. Of course, then all the acorns started falling off the trees. Of course, the pigs have gone completely berserk. I've got some lovely footage of Mr. Brindle hand feeding one of his pet piggies with some delicious acorns. The pig was going nuts, so I'll put that up for you today. Actually, we'll be making note of that as well. We'll put the piggy up. But anyway, we've got lots of lovely content there to show you, and we've made this stuff into elderberry linctus. It's really easy to do, really good fun, free, and really good for you. And this is the thing about the body, is the body has come out of nature. We live in this environment. This is why I know Jasmine talks about eating locally. It's so important to the body to eat from the society that you're in, because nature's giving it to you and we give back, and the body will thrive off this. And then there's no intensive farming, because you just eat what's there, and the animals are part of that ecosystem. Obviously ours are pets, we don't eat them, but they're there as very loved creatures. But that's fine. I'm not making a judgment one way or the other. But it's about how we're treating things in the process of being alive that, frankly, is the first thing that we need to address. Right, go the other way. But the body, like nature, once you start to do the right thing, repairs itself, all by itself. It doesn't need anything that complicated. What it will need is the worse into your situation you are, the further into the journey you've gone. So let's say this is you healthy and you're all the way out here with lots and lots of issues that have accumulated over many years, me included, by the way. I had loads of health problems. I had to unpick every single one by one, and the last one is the one I'm dealing with now, which is the first thing, which is my heavy spleen, which needs a lot of work to stay in balance. Hence why I'm doing Aaron's animal classes now, ready for his big flows starting next week. So if anyone's interested, if you've not yet done the animals or joined it, please, it's the dynamic end of Qigong. It's really good. I did it last night. I felt amazing afterwards. That was just one lesson in. So that's the idea of the body. Oh, that's my dog. Hang on. Come on. Good boy. That's the idea of the body, that if you give it what it needs, it will sort itself out, okay? And the further into the problem, the more you need to give it, okay? The more wisdom, the more intention, the more amplification, the more focus. That's what we're after. Now come up to center. Twist the pelvis. But that's the great thing about these exercises, is that we work on the whole. We strengthen the whole circuit of the body. And then when you want to go deeper, go the other way, you go over to Hey You Fit, and you do the 12 rivers, the heaven and earth. And now the animals, yay, and it's done. And if you're not able to do the physical movements, we now have the B section, which is all about the meditations and really working with the breath. Okay, the breath, the number one healing modality. So I'm always talking about Aaron, because it's always been Aaron Qigong, and we've only just swapped it over. But Sandra is now our head breath expert. There we go. Right, let's legs together. Let's just breathe in. Everything tight, 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 tight. Breathe in. And out. And actually, talking of breath, again back to the lungs and autumn, this is the time to enroll on those breath courses, okay? Because this is the time to work on the breath and the lungs. More than any other time of year, this is the time to do it. I highly recommend it. She's had great credits from the people that have started her courses. Everyone's commenting on what a difference it's making. She really knows her stuff. She's studied extensively with John Monroe, who is the master that we work into. John himself is going to eventually come and do some classes with us, which is amazing. But this is where we start. And every day, I mean, I do those exercises as well, but this is what I do every day, rain or shine. Every day always leaves me with nice, fresh chi, ready for the day ahead. I normally find by about 5 o'clock I need to have a reboot because this chi has then basically done its stuff, and then life's crept in, work, sitting down for too long, and then I need to have another boost. I use my tapper throughout the day. I follow the checklist, which needs to go up to date of things to do. But you do so well by doing these exercises together every day. And then if you've got time to do another little burst, either a walk. A walk is really good, walking in nature. It's a really good way. Right, reverse, breathe in. Walking in nature is a brilliant way of getting fresh chi into the body. Being in nature. Breathe in. And if you can't get to nature because you're in a city, I totally get that. I was born in London, lived there until I was 37. Breathe in. And still spend a lot of time in London because of my work, and I've got family there, like blah, blah. But what you do, you go to parks. We're very privileged with parks. Certainly, and I know people from other countries are watching this too, but I've travelled extensively as well, and pretty much every city I've been to has also got fantastic parks. And when you're window boxes, house plants, you can get wall plants. You can get those kind of plant racks for like a wall decoration where you have a whole wall of plants behind you. Okay, we have that. Balconies, trees. Whenever you walk past a tree, just breathe deeply. You don't have to hug it, although it's quite nice to. Breathe in. Legs apart, go up onto tiptoes, up, push down. Pull your tummy in, really hold, pulling in the muscles really tight. And then up, and then really relax. That's a tiger move, we were doing them yesterday. That tight, try it now, just tighten your muscles really hard. Pull everything in, every single thing. And relax. I'll notice here, it's really hard to pull these muscles in because they've been really stretched when I was pregnant. They're a bit weak, even now, 10 years later. But that's okay, I'm doing it with you. I did have to create a business in the meantime. I had my hands full with other things. But you'll notice when you do those really tight contractions that you can really tighten the body. Okay, tight, tight, tight. Notice the areas which are hard to be tight. Up, and then completely relax. And you'll notice by extending the tightening over here, you can extend the relaxation over here, rather than being permanently in this middle ground. We're slightly stretching it this way so it goes more that way. That's a very good exercise to do before bed. If anyone has sleeping problems, they find it hard to kind of relax, do the opposite. Tighten, 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 and then completely relax, 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 relax. And you'll start to notice there's an increased variation. It's really useful. Right, so now let's put our hands into prayer. Let's swim our dragons. So let's just enjoy, pull your tummy in, really pull your tummy in. Breathe up, down, breathe. Just enjoy this lovely S shape. This is the helix. This is the basic composition of life. This, it's that. What you're doing with this exercise is you're balancing and harmonizing the whole body to this one swoop, this one shape. Just allow your body, enjoy the stretch down your legs. That's the bladder channel, around the middle. If you can't get that far, stick here. If you can do this, really engage the tummy. Don't just let it all sag out. No, we're in, okay? Really, really drive this up and down. There. And then legs apart. This is my problem area right here. You can even see it in the shape of my leg. So remember, I was saying this yesterday. This is a really important thing, Ruby. Again, perhaps we could get this highlighted. This is why Hey You Fit is so exciting, okay? Because your body shape is an exterior manifestation of your interior health. So any wobbly bits or bits that you don't like about your shape, doesn't look quite right. Why does my leg do this? Why have I got fat thighs? Why can't I get rid of the weight on my tummy? Why, my problem areas. Okay? The reason why is because there's an imbalance with these organs. And the imbalance could have been from birth, because everyone's imbalanced. There's very few people that don't have an imbalanced chart. Interestingly, I've been doing charts for many years. Every now and then I'll find one and the chart is perfect. And an example of someone who's got a really amazing chart is Kate Moss. She's got the most incredible chart. Her chart just flows. It just goes joing like that. And of course, if you look at her figure, she doesn't really have any problem areas. She probably does. But in terms of looking at her in a magazine, and the reason why is because there's no imbalances in the organs. They naturally synchronise. There's nothing that doesn't harmonise. And it's exceptional in that way. That's why, no doubt, she's had such an incredible career. And she's a supermodel because, of course, her body responds to that and shows that. And if you've got issues with your body, it's because there's an imbalance. And the reason there's an imbalance, why, let's go back to the wisdom again, the education. The reason why is because there's something for the soul to learn. And it doesn't necessarily mean that your life is happier with a balanced chart. It's not about that. It's about developing wisdom. Wisdom of the soul. That's what everything's about. The body is a lifetime embodiment of an eternal soul. And the name of the game is to raise the vibration of the spirit. We're like an archery board. Oh, Ruby, can you write that down as well? I keep wanting to get Simon to do an archery board for me. The soul wants to get to the middle of that archery board like a bow and arrow, straight in. That's what it wants to do. And if you're on one of the outer areas, you're working something out. You're clearing something through to get to that middle bit. That's what the soul wants to do. So if there's an imbalance in the chart, which there's very likely to be, there certainly is in mine, it's because there's something to do. There's something to work on. Spiritual practice, physical, and that's why exercises like Qigong are so good, because it addresses the body and the spirit. Okay? And Chinese medicine really understands this synchronicity between the body and the soul. Okay? The body is the house of the soul. Okay? And that is so important to understand because it makes sense. And then, of course, what you do is by doing these Qigong exercises, you can work on balancing your organs, which means that your body naturally will take a lovely, lean, sculpted appearance because you're working on the issues inside. Not, I'm going to do loads of press-ups or crunches to deal with my stomach, or planks, to deal with my abdomen fat. It's not going to work. It will work to a certain extent, but if you're resistant to it and you've tried it and it doesn't work, or the effort is so much compared to the fact that then you have one glass of wine on a Saturday and the whole thing's for nothing. If that's you, because that's me, okay, it's because you need to do this. You need to balance the organs, you need to strengthen the organs. That's why things are out of shape in the first place. Strengthen the organs, the body takes care of itself. Ruby, that's for us. Strengthen the organs, the body takes care of itself. That's the message of doing Qigong and Hey You Fit. That's why we're so excited about it, okay? So just take your hands, put them on your dantian, clockwise round your tummy. And it's a really wonderful message of hope for anyone out there that has struggled with their health, with their figure, with their mental health, with their soul, with their life, with the traumas and pain of existence. If I'm talking to you right now, I'm talking to you from a place of real understanding. I've been there, okay? I've suffered with you like most people in my job. We've been there, we've got the t-shirt, literally, okay? But the point is that this is a message of hope to say there is an answer to all of this. There is a reason for it, okay? And it's about spiritual development. And that's what I love so much, and why we include the healing sounds, and why we work as a community, go the other way, why we have the Qigong there to support each other, so that when you're on your healing journeys, you've got me, you've got Ruby, you've got Jules, you've got Catherine, we're all here to help, okay? But ultimately, it's all there, and it's all about developing the soul and the spirit of the body. And that is eternal. And there's reasons why we're going through this. It's all about getting to the middle of that archery board. Right, there we go. Now, that's the end of the class. Let's just take your tappers, please, guys. Just take your tappers. Let's just do a nice... Jules has had to go. She's got toothache. Such a great community. Never mind the team. We're very, very blessed. It's the most amazing thing that's come out of lockdown. This literally was just kind of a bit of an afterthought. It's so weird, isn't it? It was just me going, oh, I wonder if anyone's interested. I'll just put it up. And then it's turned into this thing. It's turned into this amazing thing. I mean, how lovely. This is the internet at its best. When you can use the functionalities of technology and human community and exercise, and it's free, and you don't have to do anything, you don't have to buy any products, you don't have to go to Hey You Fit, and just do this. It'd be great if you did the products, and now the fitness classes, they support everything that we're saying, okay? They support it, they help you further, okay? But you know what? This is enough. Understanding, okay? So knowledge, intention, amplification. Those are the three words, Ruby. They are the words that need to come across in today's class, okay? That is what we're talking about. Knowledge, intention, amplification. That is what you need to do to get well. Use the lung season right now to be your tree, to shed your leaves. That's what we're looking to do. Okay, autumn is the time to let go of things which don't serve you, and then breathe in the new energy and the new patterns of behaviour that do. That's growing old gracefully. That's gaining wisdom. That's the benefit of ageing. If you use the gua sha crystals and the Qigong exercises to keep you looking young and feeling well physically, then you're going to look lovely and age gracefully, but you're also going to gain in wisdom, which is the benefit of ageing, not making the mistakes that you made when you were younger. Maturing. It's so important to mature as a human being and to mature spiritually, so that eventually, when we go back into soul, we've learned everything that we needed to do. Okay? That's the idea. So that the soul vibrates at a higher frequency, you're more to that centre, and that you transcend all adversity, the things that get thrown at you, the trials and tribulations of outrageous fortune. This is what life is about. It's here to challenge us. And that's where the wisdom comes in, okay? My children were all challenged yesterday and today. They all went off to school sobbing their eyes out. And it's part of life to learn to handle adversity and to know how to deal with it. And how to gain the high virtues of the soul through it. Whether it's wisdom, integrity, trust, compassion, joy, kindness. Okay, these are the things, benevolence. These are the things. These are the high virtues of the human. And that is what the soul wants. Okay, that's what the soul is looking to grow. Amplify that. Spend the rest of today doing everything you can to stay within those energies, those high frequencies. It keeps you up here. Okay, you're up here, not down here. Then the body collapses. That's fresh chi all day long. But I better stop because I'm going on too much. Have a lovely day, everybody. Lovely to see you all. I will see you all tomorrow morning. Ruby, thank you so much for joining. Jasmine, I hope your pregnancy is going well. I hope you're not feeling too sick. I know it's been really hard, but you're gonna get a baby. You're gonna get a baby, and then you forget all about it. Then you want another one. That's what happens. You forget everything. It's the weirdest thing. You go, that was great. I'm just in love. All right, lots of love, everybody. Oh, don't forget, Jasmine's here. Sound bath, 12:15 for sound bath. Yeah, she's back. Great. Jasmine's back for sound bath at 12:15. I will be there. I can't wait. Oh, I love your sound baths. Thank you, Jasmine, for bringing them back to me. So everybody, Jasmine's sound baths at 12:15. I will be there for that. See you all later. Ruby, can we put Jasmine's sound bath back up onto our story, please, so everybody knows, because it's amazing. All right, thank you, everybody. Bye.